Hello, Lena.
Oh,
How are you today?
oh. Hello, hello. Sorry, I didn't mute my microphone. I'm well, thank you. And you?
Oh, no problem. I'm good, thank you.
My day was good, very good, and I did a lot of deals,
Oh, good.
a lot of business.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So, not a fun day, but sounds like important.
Yes, and I had 3 lessons. Now I have a fourth lesson, English
Oh,
lesson. It's very nice.
wow. Yeah, that's good. That's a lot of extra lessons in your spare time.
Yes, yes, I want to improve my English very much.
That's nice. Well, you're doing the right things. So good. That's good.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. And where are you from?
I am from Ukraine.
Okay, wonderful. Cool.
Um, are you from United States?
Yes. I'm from Minnesota, but I've recently moved to New York.
Oh,
So
congratulations. Do you like New York?
yeah, so far it's great. It's a big change, but so far so good. So it's exciting.
Oh, oh, very nice phrase. So far, so good.
Yeah, so far so good. That is a good one. Thanks for asking. Yeah.
Oh, it's very interesting. I haven't been ever in United States. United States. It's a very nice dream
Oh,
to
good.
travel to this country.
Oh, cool. Well, I hope you can make it sometime.
I hope so.
Good. Good. Great. And let's see. Let's say hello to Jair. Hello.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am quite well. Thanks for asking.
Good. Welcome to class. Good to see you.
Thanks.
And Anna Carolina. Hello.
Hi, Stephanie.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. I well, it is raining cats and dogs, and there was a leak in the clinic, and then my boss allowed me allowed me to go home.
Oh, so you got to go home early because of a leak.
Yes, I look it out because I was supposed to work till 5 p.m.
Oh, wow. Well, good for you. Yeah, you got lucky. I hope your job doesn't get damaged from the leak, though. Cool. Well, welcome. And Natasha is here. Hello, Natasha.
Hello, Stephanie. Hello, guys. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. And how are you today?
Thank you. I'm fine, but a little bit tired today because it was very. I have had a lot work at street at my garden, and now it's evening in my country, so a little bit tired.
Oh boy. Wow. Yeah. Sounds
Uh,
sounds like a busy day.
yeah.
Good. Well, good for you. I'm glad you could make it
Thank
to
you.
class anyway.
Thank, thank
And
you.
Santiago, hello.
Hello, Stephanie. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Good. All right. Well, welcome everyone. This is a class called Discussion Starters. Basically, we use a lesson. Um, we do some talking about the topic, roommates, and then we do a short reading about the topic, and we do some vocabulary work, and then we do some more discussion after the reading. So it's mostly a speaking-based class, though we will do some vocabulary development. Um, and let's see, I chose this topic because, well, it's relevant for me. I recently moved, and with that move, I changed roommates. So I was living in Europe with 2 girls, and I'm now living in New York with 2 boys. So I've had a big change in my roommates recently. So I thought it'd be a fun topic today. And I think it's a topic most people can relate to or have something to say about. So I guess before we go to the lesson, does anyone have any questions or anything to say before we begin?
I have a question, Stephanie.
Yes.
How do you feel more comfortable, with 2 girls or 2 boys?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, with the 2 girls, I had kind of my own space, and so it was all equal, like we equally belonged there. Here, I kind of moved in, and I don't really know one of the guys very well, so for that reason, I think it was more comfortable with the girls. But but it's
maybe in a couple of weeks, or
yeah, after we get to.
Yeah, you could feel better than now.
Yeah, exactly. After we get to know each other a little better. Great. Yeah, good question. Great. All right, so everyone start thinking about roommate stories, and we're going to go to the discussion questions to begin with. So here we go. Oh, and there's a link in the chats, too, if you'd like to follow along on your screen. There's a link in both of the chats. So let's start. Let's look at question 1, and everyone can answer this. Do you live alone or with others? As I said, I live with 2 others. Before that, I lived with 2 roommates. But before that, I lived alone for 3 years. So, how about you? Do you live alone or with others? And maybe Anna Carolina, would you start?
Okay. Now I live with my family, my husband, and my children. And once I lived alone for a year when I enrolled at the university, and then I met a roommate, but she was a bad influence.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
How? In what way?
I started smoking and doing some things that I didn't I haven't done before, like missing classes, hooking up with a lot of guys, trying. Can I say? I tried marijuana, and then I was reproved for missing classes. I passed the tests, but 3 teachers didn't allow me to pass because my attendance. And then my parents were pissed off, and they took me away from the university. And I had to enroll in another university close to them and live with them again.
Yeah, wow. Sounds like that roommate was definitely not a good influence on you.
But I cannot blame her, I was really into
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we make our own choices in life. That's funny. Oh, funny. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Great story. How about you, Jair? Jair, do you live alone or with others?
Uh, I live with my family. I am married and I have 3 kids. And yes,
Good,
but
good.
in the past I share a room with someone, with an old friend. And for me, it was a great experience because I was in a new city and he helped me a lot during that time. So it was worth it in the end.
Oh, good, nice. So it sounds like you did have a roommate, and it was a very good thing.
Yes, sure.
Good, great, cool. And right now you do live with others, your family. Great. Thank you for sharing. And how about you, Lena? Do you live alone or with others?
Now I'm living with my family, with my husband and 2 children. And in the past, when I was a student, um, I lived I have been living for 3 years with 2 girls. It was very amazing time because we were very different and we changed our life. I think our characters. It was very good experience in my life. And then 2 years, I have been living for 2 years alone. It was a very nice time too. I
Nice.
have a lot of time for learning. It's very good time. I'm missing for this time.
Yeah, there's definitely some perks to living alone, having all that free time and space to yourself. Uh, yeah, definitely. Nice. Great. Thank you for sharing your stories.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah. And Natasha, how about you? Do you live alone or with others?
Nowadays, I live with my family, but when I was a student, I lived in dormitory with my roommates. I have never lived there alone because maybe I don't know. It was very difficult to find a room and live there without anybody. Sometimes our students have had only one roommate, but a lot of us lived with 2 or even 3 roommates at the same time, and as a rule it was very difficult because we all are very different, and it is very difficult to find people who have the same interest with you, and we can to find to spend together a lot of time without clash or other misunderstanding. For me, first my year living in my dormitory was very difficult because before it I was in family too, and I had not had such experience before. But then I found a nice girls, and we lived together a lot of time, maybe for something 4 years maybe. And nowadays I think that it was really happy time for me because we have had a lot of adventures, nice events, and it was very interesting, and we have had a lot of fun.
Yeah, wow, good. You made some really good points, good stories too.
Thank you.
Yeah, roommates can really add to life and be a lot of fun sometimes. Make life more fun. They're good.
Yeah. And even nowadays, we sometimes call one another or meet by internet and speaking and tell speak one together and tell our life story, what happened. It's really nice. It's like a good friend for all our life.
Nice. That's great. It's wonderful when a roommate relationship can turn into a real friendship.
Yeah.
That's great. Good. Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Santiago, how about you? Do you live alone or with others?
Well, firstly, I was living with my family um, in my hometown about 20 years ago. But after that, I moved to Alicante. It's the capital of this area. It's a big city. And when I came here, I went to live with a friend in his home, in his house. But it was a completely disaster. Well, you know, sometimes friends are not as friends as you think.
Yes.
So after, well, during my during well when I was living there, I met someday or some weekend I met uh, my current couple, and so then I went to live with her, and we lived together since then. So since 2000. Yeah, we rent well, no, we rent no. We bought an attic here in Alicante, and we live very well. We have a dog. He's our baby.
Nice.
We like to live very in a very relaxing way, you know.
Yeah,
We don't like to live with many people, or we live to live without noises or people crying, or you know, kids running for the house all the time. We like I don't know how to say relaxing life, you know.
Yeah. You enjoy your, we might say, peace and quiet.
Yeah, we enjoy the silence too.
Nice. Well, it sounds like a nice situation you got for yourself. Great.
Yeah.
Great, thanks for sharing. Yeah, sometimes we move in with our friends and it really doesn't work out so well. Can ruin friendships. Yeah, good. All right, so that was everyone, I think. Let's look at the next question here. Have you ever had to share a room with someone? So was it ever required of you to share a room with someone? Or did you ever have to sleep in the same room and you didn't want to, but you were forced to? Let's start this time. Jair, will you start with this question? Have you ever had to share a room with someone?
Yes, I answered this question in the first. I had a privilege to share a room in the past with my friend, and I was moving to other city in Brazil, and it was my first time there. I was starting my university degree, and my friend helped me a lot, like to take a bus every single day, the time, the place. He showed me what should I do to have fun on weekends. How can I say, when someone put me in touch with their friend as well?
It introduced me to
Yes.
people, I guess.
Yes, he introduced me to his friend as well, and he introduced me to some companies, and I got a great job at that time. Yes, and it was amazing, wonderful. For me, it was everything perfect at that time.
Wow, yeah, it sounds like a dream come true roommate right when you needed him.
Yes, and I enjoyed a lot. But I know that some people face some problems when it is necessary to share a room with a roommate, for instance.
Yeah, it doesn't always go as well as your experience.
Yes,
But
but for me it was amazing.
good, good. I'm glad. That's a great story. Great. How about Lena? Have you ever been forced to share a room? Have you ever had to share a room with someone?
Yes, I said that I share. I have shared a room with two girls when I was student. It was hard because we were different, but it was fun. We had a lot of interesting time. We spent a lot of interesting time. We like to learn together because we were in one university, in one group. We had our homework together. But it was difficult because I was early bird. Girls were like to sleep, and I'm uh, emotional, and I'm loudly. I speak loudly, and there was a lot of difficult situations. But we tried to to speak, to live together, to have a good friendship. Now we are speaking in internet, and we are writing letters to get each other. And we have very good memories from our student life.
Oh, nice, nice, good.
I enjoyed it very much.
Good. It sounds like a great experience that turned into some lasting friendships.
Yes, it was a very good experience. But then when sometimes we tie. Sometimes we tied from our living, but we try to live and to be together in
Yeah,
good relations.
yeah, it takes some effort to build those good relationships sometimes. And the roommates have to want to get along and form a friendship. Yeah, great. Great. Sounds like a good experience overall. Great, thank you. How about Natasha? Natasha, have you ever had to share a room with someone?
Yes, when I was a little girl, I had to share my private room with my eldest sister. So we have to live together. But when they went to university to other city, I stayed in this room alone. And oh, yes, yes, and only when I became a student, I started to live with roommates in my dormitory. But I said you about it before.
Okay. So how much older was your sister?
She is it is maybe 7 years.
Okay, so you had a long time after she went away and you had the room to yourself.
Yeah.
Good, good. Fun. Yeah, sounds sometimes a lot of times our first roommate is our brother or our sister.
Sometimes, yes, yes. In my country, for example, I can't say that it's very often when parents have obtain sorry parents have can give them their children rooms for I mean for every children
Mm-hmm.
for every child. And when the children have the same sex, they live as a rule together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. There just isn't room for all the children sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, good. Great. Thanks for sharing. Good story.
Thank you.
Santiago, how about you? Have you ever had to share a room?
Yeah, when I was a child, I had to share a room with my sister because we were six at home and we only have 3 rooms. So one for my parents, another one for my 2 brothers, and the last one for us, for me and my sister.
Mm.
Well, it wasn't very nice for me. It was fine because it was a necessity, but I prefer to have my own room. Of course, I think it's more. You can keep your privacy. You have more independence. You have your own room. For me, it's better than to share a room.
Yeah, having that some private space can be really helpful.
Yeah,
Especially when you're young, it can be hard to be young sometimes.
yeah, you're right.
Cool, good. All right, great. Thanks for sharing. And one more, let's see, or maybe two more, I think. Ken, hello, welcome.
Yes, hello, how are you?
Good, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. All right, our topic today is roommates and little pre-reading discussion. Have you ever had to share a room with someone?
Yes, in America, I live in a dormitory and I share a room for four people, including me, and 2 American and 1 Hungarian students. And the style of dormitory room is, I think it's well planned. We can have a private room and living room. We share living room and kitchen among 4 people, and we share the 2 shower room. I mean, a bathroom uh, among 2 people, students. So even though we share the room, we can keep our privacy.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that story because living foreign country from the beginning, that my American roommate was very helpful to know the country, or sometimes one of them have a car, so living without car in American rural area is very difficult. So sometimes he took us to the restaurant because weekend cafeteria is closed, so
Oh
he
my
often
gosh.
took us out, go out for dinner. Yeah.
Nice. He sounds
Yeah.
like a really good roommate and a good friend.
Yeah. Mhm.
Where did you study in the States?
And a kind of suburb of Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, okay, cool. Wow. That's yeah, definitely good to have. It sounds like the setup was nice, having some privacy, but still having a roommate there, which, as you said, is great, especially when you're new to a
Yes.
country. Helps you just get to know the country a little faster and better.
Right.
Yeah, nice. Great. Thanks for sharing. Interesting. Let's see. I think we'll get, the reading is really very short.
Teacher,
Yes? Oh, Anna!
you asked everyone and you forgot me.
I did. I mixed it up because I started with you for the first question and not the second one. I'm sorry, Anna Carolina. How about you? Have you ever had to share a room with someone?
Okay, everyone gave a speech, teacher. I had to share my room when I was a child with my sisters, and I was very attached to my older sister. And when she finally got married, I thought, oh, that's great because I will have my own bedroom. But in fact, it was awful. I cried a river in her wedding. You know, I was 9 years old and she's 11 years older than me. And my gosh, it was awful. Then when I had to the university, my father used to give me an allowance, and my parents set up an apartment for me there. But my allowance was not enough to pay my expenses. Then I invited my roommate to live with me, and okay, nice.
Where is Stephanie?
Stephanie, can you hear us?
Maybe she has some connection problem.
Yes, just my turn.
Hmm.
There are fewer classes available now.
Yeah, I'm glad. Fewer class, but maybe class number is increasing now, so I'm a bit relieved.
I hope so, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen looking out, and now that I have the opportunity to say something,
Hmm.
the teacher dropped it. Hi, Stephanie.
Mm.